Greetings, students, and welcome to week 2 of CBT class. I really enjoyed reading your post last week. I think you have a great understanding, a beginning of CBT anyway. Obviously, some of you have more experiences than other, and I think that's just what makes these classes so rich is everybody's discussion. So I typically like to grade your discussion questions. I did get some of them done this morning. I'm actually in a hotel in Bismarck, North Dakota. So I want to believe it's like south of Regina. I could be wrong, Saskatchewan, but I think that's where it is. So this week we are doing focus groups, some research with different tribal communities on their treatment facilities. So we're starting this new thing called ceremony assisted treatment. So looking at, traditional ceremonies as part of treatment from opioids, methamphetamines, different things. So I'm looking forward to that. We're doing 5 different reservation communities this week. So very rural. And so I'll be my vehicle a lot. And so anyway, that's why you're getting your Monday morning message from a hotel room today. And I did get some discussion questions from week 1 graded this morning, and I'm just going to try my best on my downtime to get those graded. But for the most part, if you follow that rubric, and like I said before, you can do 3 great posts, make sure the word count, you're citing references, all of that, and you can still get around that 85 grade. And just remember, if you do get 85, that's awesome. That's wonderful. If you maybe do the 4 or 5, which you definitely don't have to do, you're probably going to get between that 85 and 89 range. So, got your partners for your groups for your final. So something you want to do sooner than later is get with your group and plan some times to meet or however you want to do it. A group had asked me last night through email if they had to use PowerPoint because that's what the instruction says. I don't care what you use if there's another easier way. I know last time I taught this, did like a Zoom presentation that you could click through. That worked well. So you have the flexibility, even though it says PowerPoint. Sometimes that's hard because then you have to record and put it in there. So if there's another modality you want to use, that's fine. Just make sure that I can click on a link and be able to watch it. So let's see here. This week we are talking about relapse as kind of part of treatment. And then is that the word we want to use? Is there other words we can maybe use? I know that I usually post something later in the week thinking, could we use something like setbacks or something? And anyone that is like I think I said before, sometimes I struggle with perfectionism. I want things to be perfect. And when they're not, I crumble. And so I'm really working on that. An example would be, I didn't get a lot of parenting growing up. I grew up with an alcoholic dad, codependent mom. It was just, and I never had a curfew. I really wasn't parented. And so, when my own children get upset with me, I sometimes crumble like, oh my gosh. And because I don't have that experience to look back and be like, oh yes, that's right. I remember being so upset with my mom and dad when they gave me a curfew, and I still loved them and I was upset, right? I don't have that. Thankfully, I have friends that have been able to point that out, and therapists, that it's okay. Part of being a parent apparently is having your kids not happy with you. But when your parents aren't around or whatever, I didn't get to experience that. And so I have some setbacks at that. Instead of saying, okay, great, part of parenting is having your kids upset with you. And if they're not, that might be a problem too, because anyway, so that I have setbacks in that sometime. I also had a health condition. I guess I do have a health condition, but it's in remission. And so sometimes when I kind of overdo it on my ankle or my leg, I have to really make sure that I don't go back to my behaviors that were not really serving me well. So I think that reminding myself that relapse and setbacks are part of growth, So I like that discussion question. And then, we're doing SMART goals. I put this morning on sleep. sleep hygiene, I think is so important, because if I don't get the sleep that I need, I'm kind of a wreck, right? I always think of that gas tank, right? Like, I love getting 8 hours of sleep, and it's so great to wake up on a Monday having 8 hours of sleep, or any day, because then I'm kind of on full. I feel like I'm on full. And then if I don't get sleep, I kind of wake up on empty, and then I'm irritable or whatever. So one of my smart goals is to average 8 hours of sleep. It's just my sweet spot. I can function on 7 just fine, but I love 8 hours of sleep. So my smart goal is measurable, and I can measure that because of my smartwatch. I put that on there, which is really nice. If I have that charged up, it's pretty accurate on that. So yeah, that's what's going on in CBT this week. Your agenda setting assignment, remember there's 2 videos that you're going to watch. And then I think you have your group form that's also due this week. So I'm looking forward to our discussions throughout the week. And if you have any questions, please reach out. And yeah, everyone have a great week. And I will post again, hopefully next Monday morning. Take care. Bye.